All right, here we are with an anonymous Amazon driver. So the first question I have for you is, you don't technically work for Amazon.
No, I don't. I work for a contracted logistics company. So, like, the sole purpose of this company, they exist only to deliver Amazon packages. So there's, like, all of these, like, levels that Amazon has removed themselves from, like, any liability. So, like, my boss gets paid per route that Amazon sends to him. So I think let's say it's around $300 per route, right? Well, I work a 10-hour shift at $15 an hour, so 150 of that goes to me.
Huh.
And then the rest of it, right, is going to have to be like gas and vehicle maintenance and insurance and all that stuff. Like, so there's no way that this guy that I work for can be turning a profit. Like, it has to be, or the margins have to be like super small.
Man.
But on top of that, because like Amazon has removed themselves from this like logistics thing that they've built up over the last 5 years, if I deliver a package and a customer contacts Amazon and says that they didn't get the package that I said I delivered, the logistics company is responsible for that package, not Amazon.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it comes back on my boss, and I could get disciplinary action, right?
Wow.
And like, what's stopping somebody from it? I'm sure it happens all the time. Like, I deliver a package, I take a picture of the package where I delivered it, right? And then complete the delivery in the Flex app. That's what they call it, Amazon Flex. It's their routing delivery system. What's stopping somebody from saying, I didn't receive this package?
I want a refund.
Yeah,
Now they
or
got the
send
package
me another one,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, and then the liability is on the logistics group, not Amazon. They're called concessions.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it seems like Amazon has a ton of weight to throw around, both with the contractor and with you.
Yeah. So another thing that we have to do is we have to use this app that like tracks us wherever we go. And if I sit for more than 5 minutes, Amazon's like system alerts my boss that I'm not like working fast enough, or like, I'm supposed to take no longer than 2 minutes per stop. So when I pull up at a place, put my vehicle in park, hit I've parked on the Amazon app, start to finish, that process should be 2 minutes. And like just 2 minutes across the board. But it doesn't take into account things like super long driveways, and I'm not supposed to drive down people's driveways. I'm supposed to walk down them.
Because you're not supposed to go backwards at all.
Right, so that's another thing, is that they don't want us putting it in reverse. And we actually have to use this app that monitors our driving habits. And I don't think the technology is very good on that app, but it's supposed to monitor like 8 or 9 different metrics on each driver. Things like speeding, cornering, braking, phone distraction, that kind of thing. And you actually they call it like a FICO driving score. It's like kind of like a credit score before you're driving. It's out of 1,000, like 800 is solid, But yeah, you get points deducted anytime you put the vehicle in reverse, which it's like pretty much impossible to deliver packages without putting your vehicle in reverse. And another thing on top of that is the routing system that they use, that Amazon has devised, is like awful. And so like I'll pull up to a stop, I'll be facing one way, and then the next stop is like down the street the other way that I just came. Like I have to put it in, I have to do a 3-point turn. Like I have to put it in reverse to get to that stop. Like UPS has invested a lot of like money and time and energy into their routing system. So like they're trying to make it as easy as possible and as logical and as fluid as possible for their drivers. They minimize things like left turns and stuff like that. Amazon, since they've completely removed themselves from any like liability about this, right? If I get in a wreck because I'm taking too many left turns all day, right? That doesn't come back on Amazon. That goes to my logistics company.
So all these apps that you use, Amazon didn't design those. These are the logistics company.
No, Amazon did design all of these.
Oh, gotcha.
And so, but my logistics company has to utilize their system.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right, so they developed all of this stuff. The Flex app, that's the delivery and routing app. It's called eMentor, that's monitoring the driving. Another one is called Amazon Chime, which is like a chat room that's supposed to be like our central operating like support. And
is it like GroupMe or?
No, it's like an app that has a chat room. So I guess kind of like GroupMe.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
But yeah, so like the other day I was out in Dripping Springs, and the routing was having me go like back and forth across 290 all day. And it's like dangerous and takes up a lot of time, like wastes a bunch of time. And we have to load our vans like in order of our route, right? So if I look at the map function and figure out like a better routing system for myself all day, then I have to like move stuff around all day, digging through my van trying to find the right package because things aren't in order now. Yeah, so it's basically like Amazon wanted to have their own distribution and logistics and delivery because like 5 or 6 years ago, a bunch of promised packages that were supposed to get there for Christmas didn't get delivered through UPS, FedEx, or the Postal Service. So Amazon created this whole thing, but they're not taking on any of the like liability of any of it. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've repeated that a lot, but it is an interesting point, right?
Yeah.
You know?
What kind of benefits do you get at the job?
I get $15 an hour, and I am offered really crappy health insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems pretty standard.
Yeah, but I'm not guaranteed 40 hours a week, so there was about 3 weeks in a row where I didn't get... I got between like 30 and 35 hours, even though I'm working full time, which I think has to be minimum of 36 hours a week.
Yeah.
I think that's the labor law. Another thing is, as far as like driving goes, I don't think that you're allowed to be like operating a vehicle more than 10 hours a day. So when I get there in the morning, we basically have like 45 minutes where like I'm not driving. Like we have a meeting and stuff like that. So I think the latest I'm ever supposed to get off of my shift legally is 7:30 p.m. And I've been out till like 9:30, 10 o'clock some days. So I think that they're breaking some labor laws with that because like I have to deliver all my packages. Like I'll face disciplinary action if I say it's too late for me to be doing this. I've already been at work 12 hours. And I just roll back to the station and turn my packages back in.
Well, it seems like everybody knows the laws, but Amazon is pressuring the logistics company who's pressuring you, and everybody's like, trying to get squeezed so they can, they're not hurting profit wise. Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. Another thing is my breaks. All right, so here's like a typical day. Say I'm delivering out in Dripping Springs, which is about 30 minutes or so from the station that I load my van at. All right, so we have a 30-minute meeting in the morning, 30 minutes for loading our van. So that's an hour right there. 30 minutes out to my route and 30 minutes back. So that's another hour. So I've got 8 hours worth of work time now, basically, once I get to my route. I'm supposed to get a 30-minute unpaid break and 2 15-minute paid breaks throughout the day. So that's another hour, right? So now I have 7 hours that I can work with. Well, out in like Dripping Springs, I'd say the average like travel time in between stops can be 3 to 7 minutes. So we'll be generous and call it 4-minute travel time. And we'll say that like... the 2 minutes it takes to deliver the package once you've gotten to the location. So that's 6 minutes. Well, if I have 6-minute average time for every stop with travel and everything, and I have 100 stops, that's 600 minutes, right?
10 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
How many 60? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not... I'm probably exaggerating the time here, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
You're squished for time.
I'm squished for time, so the first thing to go is my brakes, right?
Yeah.
So I'm urinating in bottles. Some days I don't stop at all. Like, yeah.
Since this is anonymous, can we talk about the shattening?
Yeah. So I shit my pants at work. Yeah. But, I mean, there's no bathroom breaks.
Right.
And,
I mean, you're expected to do this job without taking breaks, and the human body is not really designed that way.
No, I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
And I'm out in rural places a lot where it could be like 10 minutes to a gas station. So, like, what am I supposed to do? And there's all these videos, like, online of, like, Amazon drivers, like, getting caught on camera, like, relieving themselves. And it's like, well, like, think about it. Like, a 10-hour shift, no bathroom breaks. Like, how long has that person been holding that, like, painfully, like, doing damage to their body, right, by not allowing themselves to do a biological function? Yeah, so I always have a big Gatorade bottle that's full of piss.
That's good. Last thing is, I don't know quite how to phrase this, but what you're describing sounds to me like something like out of 1984 with all these apps that are watching you.
Yeah.
Big Brother style, and it's like, not quite thought police, but like, you know, every move police kind of thing with this Amazon and this middleman logistics company, and, you know, you being squeezed at the bottom.
Yeah, I would say, like, it's definitely, like, this dystopian thing, right? And it's like, there's never, it's like the metrics are always gonna, like, be right? So, like, if I'm not meeting their standards, right, it's not gonna be their technology that's measuring me's fault. It's my fault, always, you know? And there's, like, just so many different things about the human experience and working and driving and trying to locate people's houses, right, that aren't going to fit onto that, like, perfect little metric that Amazon says that I have to be meeting. And their technology is faulty, because I actually did an experiment where I downloaded the driving monitor app on my own personal phone. And I set it up for that day through my personal phone, and I left my personal phone in the glove box all day. And at the end of the day, it said I had 6 phone manipulations. I didn't touch the thing for my entire 10-hour shift. So it's faulty, it's faulty technology. But it's always going to supersede, you know?
So I'm trying to remember exactly the context here, but in Maoist China, there was this thing where, you know, you would have to confess your sins against the state and things like that. You know, I mean, it almost feels like, you know, you've got, or like you're seeing like a priest or something, and it's like, all right, you've had 6 phone infractions. You have to say 5 Hail Marys. You know.
Well, it's funny because when they have these, like, interactive, like, videos and tests that you have to watch on the app. And so, like, yeah, if you, like, get rated poor for phone distraction, you have to sit there and watch this, like, 5-minute video and take a test about why being distracted while you're driving on your phone is, like, bad. Yeah.
Did you see the show Maniac? I think it was.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It was with Jonah Hill and.
It was on Netflix. I heard good things about it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah. There's this. If you couldn't afford your train fare, you could do an ad buddy where instead of paying, you could have somebody sit next to you on the train and read advertisements to you. That's kind of what that reminds me of watching these instructional videos of why not to be distracted by a phone. It just seems so absurd. Like, it's like, You know, how is this what we're doing? I don't know.
Yeah.
What else?
A lot of the guys that I work with, they run to the houses and back.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because first of all, it wasn't in my job description that I'm going to have to run packages to houses and then run back to my van.
Yeah.
The only physical requirement of this job was being able to lift 50 pounds.
Wow.
That was it.
Yeah.
I think lift and carry 50 pounds,
Yeah.
up to 50 pounds.
It, I know you obviously have managers that could bark at you, but it seems like ultimately you're really a slave to the algorithm.
Yeah,
that's the real boss.
That's the real boss.
Yeah.
That's the real boss, 100%. Like, it's not like somebody's sitting there individually monitoring me, right?
Yeah.
It's they're getting notifications from the system that's monitoring me. So the actual humans are just sitting behind a computer and it says, ding, Chris Allison's been sitting for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I just gave away my anonymity. But that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. There's just like all these funny little things, man.
I want to say also, you have a college degree. Do you feel like a person with a college degree working as an Amazon driver says something about like the larger job market in America?
I would say so, yeah. I mean, it's like, but then again, it's like I chose to study music, you know? So, but yeah, I mean, it's a job that's available to somebody with just a high school diploma, and basically I think they'll hire pretty much anybody. If you can pass a drug test, you can pass a background check, and you don't have any DUIs, then you're pretty sure you're going to get hired where I work. They hired a whole bunch of people for the Christmas season. Some of those people I think have been let go, and some of them were just seasonal to begin with.
Cool. Well, thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Enjoyed chatting with you.